Drew here from Drew's Crochet, and in this video we're going to be looking at how to make an oval shape. Now this is actually quite a diddy one because this goes on the sole of the bootie that I make for my character Charlie the Centipede. But honestly, it's the same simple fundamentals for every oval you do. Now if you like this video, please subscribe underneath and remember, hit the bell so you know when my videos come out. Okay, let's get started. Now, ovals are really integral, but when you actually start it with a chain, you can sometimes get a very big gap down the centre spine. But I've got a way of getting around that, and I'll show you how we're going to do that today. Now, I'm going to use a different colour wool because this is quite small and it'll be quite difficult to see. So we're going to go with a bigger hook, bigger wool, and then you see where we're going. First of all, we're going to make a chain. So we're going to make a slip stitch and chain 8. And remember, this is just the start. However big you want your oval to be, you'll chain a bigger one or a smaller one, whatever you want. But I'm just going to show you how I do the soles for the booties on Charlie the Centipede. Now we're going to be chaining 8 here. That's 3, 4, 7, 8. Now, okay, don't know if you can see that, but on a normal chain you can see like the little V shapes of each stitch. Now what we want to do is, in a typical oval, you will crochet down one side, come around the corner and then crochet at the other side, and that will give you the basis for an oval shape. But what we want to do, we're going to do that, but as an extra, if you turn your chain over onto the back, I'll just zoom in on that, you can see, I don't know if you can, there is a series of small bumps down the back. Can you see from the side those small bumps there? On each stitch has its own bump. It actually keeps each stitch together if you look at it. But what we want to do is we're going to incorporate in each of our stitches from here one of those bumps, the correlating bump. So don't go quickly, go slowly to begin with, and you soon pick up speed. So we want to do it into the second stitch from the hook, so that's 1, so we go into that one. Now turn this over, make sure you get your right bump, otherwise you're going to be missing stitches out. It's that one correlating right nearby it. So we're going to put that on your hook. You have to force it on with your finger, don't worry. Now we've got 3 loops on our hook. We want to yarn over like normal, go through those 2, and then finish it off just like a normal single crochet. And that'll be our first stitch. Now, in our pattern that we're following, we want to do in total 6 single crochet down this side. So that's 1. So we go into the next one, turn it over if you're not sure where you're going, and find that little bump, which will be there. Can you see? In the middle of the stitch. So you'll soon get adept at doing this. What you do is, if you have to push it on with your finger, don't worry. This is a bigger hook, so this is quite difficult to put it on. There. Be careful you get the right bit of the stitch, because otherwise you'll get the other side, which we're going to be crocheting down in a minute. Right, so that's 2. Number 3, find your bump, which will be just there. Make sure both bits go on. There we go. Take your time when you're doing this. You don't have to rush it. That'll be 3. Now 4, coming up to 4 again, find your little bump on the back. It might look fiddly, but honestly it's well worth it, so you don't get that gap down the spine of your oval when you're finished. What do you see? You see we're starting, you can see that's the spine, and that's the new row we're doing, and it's all no gap. So I think that was 4. Now if you get lost, just go back and count your V's. They're 1, 2, 3, 4, so this will be number 5. So go in there, find your little bump on the back, get both of them in at the same time, push it on with your finger if you need to. It helps not to do too tight a chain when you start. Okay, bring that back through, that will be 5, and the last one will be 6. Now once you've finished this, the final stitch here, This will be the first side of the oval. Now we've got one stitch remaining at the end. This is where we want to go around, come round to start the other side of the oval. So we want to do 3 single crochets in this end. So don't worry, if you do wrong, just redo the stitch again. So that's 1. Now if you were making this oval for, say, like 2, I don't know, a big one like a rug or something where people would see the other side, this is the point in time where you want to start crocheting the end into the other stitches. But as we're going to be putting this inside a boutique on a toy, it doesn't really matter, we can leave that, you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so now we've done 3 into the end, and you see we've gone down one side, we're coming round the edge, and now we're going to go up the other side. Now if I look at our pattern, it says once we've done 3 into the end, we want to do 4 single crochets down this side. And this is very simple because it actually makes it easier. Having done what we've just done, these are just simple single crochets. That will be 1. It's just the other side of the initial foundation chain. 2, 3, and the last stitch in the single crochets. There, that's 4. Now we're getting there. If we look at our pattern, we have to see that the last stitch of this round we're going to be increasing, because we are actually starting to form the increasing bit of the next round for our oval. So we just want to simply increase in this one. It gives us another stitch. Now because this is amigurumi, we don't have to join it with any slip stitch or anything, we just carry on into the next stitch for our next round. Now this will be, so we've done 1 increase, the next one is just a simple single crochet, and then the next one is an increase. So effectively on that end we've done an increase, a single, and then an increase. So that's given us a bigger edge than it was last time. Now in our pattern we're just going to follow down that side, which will be another chain 4, because each time the sides will be the same, we're just increasing the ends each time, and it will be bigger and bigger. So let's do another 4 down this side. It's just like a normal, we're just following round now for each round. 1, 2, 3, 3, and 4. Now we're coming to the other end, so once again we want to do, this is an increase again, so we're going to do an increase, but we've got a bigger end, so we're going to do 2 single crochets, not just a single one. So we're going to do an increase, that's 2 in the 1 stitch, then we're going to do 2 singles, 1, 2, and then to finish our increase for that end, we're just going to do the next one as an increase. So effectively for that end, we've done 1 increase, 2 single crochet, and another increase. And if you can see that, we're getting a beautiful oval shape. Now for the purposes of this pattern, we're just doing the sole of a very small boutique. So we want to go down SC4, single crochet 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then just like last time, to finish off that row, which is only round 2, remember, we're going to increase in our final stitch like that, and that gives us a beautiful oval shape. Now you can see the difference, just because I've done that in a thicker wool and a bigger hook than I did before, that these two, they're the same pattern, but look at the difference in size. Now if you wanted to carry on this pattern, this oval, you could easily do that by just carrying on same ends. So we did 4 in between each one, and then we did increase would be 2 and an increase. In the next round it would be increase 3 and an increase. If you see, as you go around, it makes it bigger and bigger. But for our purposes today, that's all we need to do. And that's how you do an oval.